Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the daily workout. I've already got 10 miles done. I was driving something earlier, and I thought, you know what? Let's see. Let's compare the two trucks. So I got a stock Tundra with dirt tires, and then we're gonna run the SVT Raptor, both stock, just with dirt tires. Ford's got a little more horsepower, but it is heavier. It's got 6 more performance points. Or 7. All right, here we go. See what happens here. I like this little dirt course. This is I think they call it the Rally Cross course. Can't remember if they're both 4-wheel drive. Not peeling out in second. That's kind of surprising. Yeah, this course is funny because you need dirt tires to run it, but half of it is on asphalt. I think the Ford's a little shorter too, so probably turns easier. Oh, geez. Didn't have enough momentum to slide that. So like I've been saying, my general rule, I try to do about 3 laps. I think I should be able to get a good lap in 3 laps. Let's see what happens here. Also, I'm realizing I watch other videos. I don't see anyone else that drives it in this view. I see a lot of people drive it from outside, and I see some people drive it from inside the car. And yeah, I think outside's not really cool. Like, it's fun to watch like a replay like that, but to actually be driving the car is a little, that's like too video gamey for me. In the car is more, you know, sim like simulation. But it's like you're already kind of limited on how much you can see, so on your TV, you know, having the entire like dashboard and A-pillars in the way on your TV is kind of a bit much in my opinion. So I like using this view. Well, yeah, normally 3 laps is what I consider enough to get used to a car, but this lap is so short. It's like I just got in the car and I'm just barely getting used to it. So maybe we'll run like 5 laps or so. Dang, it's hard to spin. Go, baby, go! Yeah, the second gear's a bit too sluggish. Both these trucks take engine swaps too, but the Ford's is like 1100 horsepower. It's way more than the Tundra's. The Tundra takes like a Lexus V8, which I think was like 400 horsepower or something. And then the Dodge Challenger Demon V8, which I think it was closer to like 800 or something. Both cool, but it's just like, I think the Ford getting over 1,000 horsepower just would make it not fair. Come on, get out of there. Yeah, I'm still not really used to this car yet. This is crazy. Maybe I gotta run like 10 laps or something. Purr, baby. This thing's just purring in a low RPM. Okay, yeah, first goes to not even like 40 miles an hour. Yeah, it's like maybe I should try to shift down into first gear on those. Yeah, maybe that was a little faster. Yeah, it's hard to drift too when it's all wheel. It's a four-wheel drive. Big, heavy, long four-wheel drive. $51. There you go. That's a decent. Well, that was just. I just drove around that corner. That wasn't really drifting. So I've kind of been experimenting with different microphones. Let me know if this is any better. I don't know if you can hear me better, but then you can't hear the car, or I don't know. Ooh, that was close. Thought I was going to hit there. Thought I was going to clip the edge. Go, 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 go. All right. 51.5 in 7 laps. Did you know you can drive down here? Oh, no, I guess you can't. Okay. 51.5. We're at a 14. Yeah, okay. Wait, what? I think that showed me the fastest I did in each section wasn't even the fastest lap. Okay, this is the fastest lap here. Jump. Nice. Oh. Smoking the tires. Understeer. Oh, yeah, that was close. That was about as close as you can get. Yeah, that looked decent. That was a decent lap. Hey, officer, would you like a donut? Okay, let's check the stats on it real quick. 56 front, 44 in the rear for the weight balance. Okay, all right. Let's hop in the Ford. That looked pretty cool, that view. Let's check the stats. 57 in the front, 43 in the rear. Less of a... The Tundra had the torque band kind of peaking back here. This is closer to the peak horsepower, so that might prove to be useful. Then again, maybe not. I don't know. So we got about 7 laps here to try and get a good time. Toyota's great and everything, but I like Ford better. At least when it comes to trucks. Honestly, one of my favorite cars ever is probably the Supra, the MK4. And then I also like the MR2, the turbo MR2. The H6 is kind of a neat car. I like when Drift King, whatever his name is, or Rito or something, he talks about balance, and he says that car is like a really good balanced car, which sounds cool to me, so I'm cool with that. But then as far as Ford cars go, you know, I don't even really like them that much. I can't really think of one that I like. I used to kind of like the Focus rally car, but that was nothing like the road going version, so not really any point in comparing the two. I wouldn't like a Ford Focus. Then they had the RS200 rally car, which was part of like the Group B stuff, the crazy Group B cars, and they had to like homologize it or whatever, homologize it, which means like they had to make a real model of the car. And those are super rare. I think they only made like 500 or something. I'm already running 51s in this, and I'm not even driving all that fast. There you go. Get a little slide there. That's pretty good. So the Ford RS200, probably a cool car. It's kind of a weird car. I think it's mid-engine and it's all-wheel drive. And it's turbo. But again, it's kind of rare. I think they only made 500 or so. Not a huge fan of the Mustang. Mustang is a weird car. I consider a lot of American cars to just be kind of like drag race cars. And I would consider Mustang to be kind of like that. They've been recently been getting good lap times at like Nuremberg and stuff. Like I think Chevy Camaro has like a car in the Le Mans. And it's doing really well. I think it's a Camaro. Oh geez, what am I doing? Need to stop talking about Camaros over here. Forgot I was racing. Time trials. Go! Get out of there! I can't remember what the other lap was that I got in the Tundra. 51.7? Because I might have already beat it. Whatever, we'll find out here after the 7th lap. You know what's funny is, you know, I'm playing the game and I'm hitting the handbrake. But I don't think there's a way you could do that in either of these vehicles. In real life. The Ford trucks I have, the parking brake's always a pedal all the way on the left. Yeah, you'd need to like, that would take some fancy footwork to pull that parking brake. And you would need to probably disengage the catch mechanism. I've actually seen, I saw somebody like a picture on Instagram or something. Somebody had welded a handle onto that pedal, which is pretty funny to think of. Like, you know, you got a handbrake, what do they even call that? Yeah, just a handbrake, I guess. A handbrake on the left side of your steering wheel, sliding your truck. Oh, that was interesting. Just went into a slide right there. Yeah, this thing handles pretty good. it's definitely more responsive than the Tundra as far as like a 50.8. There you go. There's your answer. Yeah, this thing handles like a sport truck. It's pretty sporty. So maybe it's not a fair comparison because the Raptor is purpose built to be a sports truck, I think, right? And even though the Tundra is a TRD, I don't think you'd really be sport driving a crew cab 4-door like that. Which I know they make a king cab or whatever this size is for the Tundra. So maybe that would be a better comparison. Howdy, officer. I heard cops like donuts. So I said you could drive down there. What I was actually thinking of was over here. I'll show you. Hit the jump. Full speed. Yeah. Is it behind these cones? Maybe I was thinking behind these cones. Yeah, back here. Over here. Okay, yeah, that's it. Yep, you can drive back here. Anyway. 50.8. Yep, okay. Cool, let's scooch up a couple laps here. So yeah, it's weird now that I think about it. I like Ford as a company, but I'm not a huge fan of their cars, which I know that sounds weird. It's their trucks. I've owned a handful of their diesel trucks. I like Ford for the diesel trucks and just trucks in general since they came out with this Raptor also. I think it's a cool truck. Before that, nobody was really making sport trucks, I don't think. I mean, Dodge had a truck that had the Viper V10 in it, which is super cool. That just seems like the thing is though, is the Raptor seems more like a normal everyday truck that you could buy. Like the Viper truck, I'm not sure how common those are. They're kind of a specialty truck, I think. What I'm saying is, like, you can go down to a Ford dealership and get a Raptor. Well, I don't think you can go to a Dodge dealership and get the Viper truck, SRT10 or whatever it is. Yeah, so some people drive the Sim like this, which is cool, I get it. What is he shifting? He's shifting? But that's not a manual. That's kind of weird. I don't think I've seen that in this game. It's an automatic, but he's pressing the button to shift gears, I guess. Oh, I think I saw one guy, he drives his cars like this, where you can see the hood. That kind of makes sense. Yeah, that's probably... Let's see what it looks like with the data on there. Yeah, it looks a bit too high though. That looks like it's looking down at the roof. Nice. Wait, so now is this one two-wheel? Okay, we gotta look at the differentials. Because I noticed too, when I was going around the corner, it seemed like the differentials had like locked up in a weird way that it wasn't turning. And then I think I started hitting the handbrake into turns to avoid that. Let's see, so differential 60-40 and some settings there, 720 and 10. Let me see what the Tundra's got going on. $60-40 also, but no LSD. So those settings mean it's a limited slip differential. And I think when it's zeros, that means it's just a normal open differential. So that's probably part of why the Ford was handling the turns better. Let's also see, what do we got here? Quarter mile is 14.5. And does it show the length? No, it doesn't. I'm curious how much longer this is. Let me check the stats real quick here, the ranking board. So, Tundra ran a 51.5. Ford ran a 50.8. Cool. I was thinking about including the Lamborghini. Is that what it is? The Lamborghini Urus or whatever it's called. But I already did the engine swap to it and I didn't feel like buying a new one. Oh. I did it like this. Here we go. Where's the weight? This guy. There's a handful of SUVs that I'm thinking of running another test with. But yeah, out of the trucks, the Raptor's faster. Wait, I wanted to check the quarter mile time just to see. 14.2, and I think the Tundra was what, 14.5 or something? Yeah, okay. So, Ford takes it. The Raptor. Oh, we got 6 more miles. That was a perfect 10 miles. That's crazy. Because I had done a perfect 10 miles earlier. There's another 10 miles. We got 6 more miles to go. So let me check the length real quick. I'm curious. Where do we see that at here? Okay, yeah. Body size, length 228.9 inches. 228.9. $220.6. Really? It's only 8 inches shorter. That's kind of surprising. It must all be in that back door. I can kind of see it if you look at the body. There must be 8 inches more of back door right there. But that's not wheelbase though. I'm pretty sure that's the length of the body. Okay. I think we should run one more vehicle in our test here. So I think there's another truck, but it's not a full-size truck like those guys are. There's the Land Cruiser, that's like an SUV. I know there's another truck, what is it? Something weird. But we'll run it just for the heck of it. I think it's like a weird Japanese truck or something. It might even be a K car. Is that the one I'm thinking of? Oh, that's why. How's that so light? 2,800? Jeez, for that van. Guess it's just full of nothing. Where are we at? Sorry, you guys gotta sit through this. I want to get our last 6 miles in though, and we'll check the roulette ticket. There's an SUV, front wheel drive though. That's kind of weird. The Jeep. Dang, I think it is a K car, and it's like way down here at the bottom. Oh, I might have been thinking of that Mercedes, the Mog wagon or whatever it's called. Which that thing could barely get out of its own way. It's so slow. Pretty sure, I don't know if it has an engine swap or no. I just Does this count as a pickup? Nah. Come on, where you at? Maybe I got rid of it. I might not even own that thing. I might have got rid of it. Does that count as a van? Front wheel drive? There's my other Suzuki. Here's this thing, which I hated, and then I started modding it, and it turns out it's actually kind of a interesting looking car. Maybe I'll take that out. Let's just verify I don't have that extra chuck. Here it is. It doesn't look stock. I don't think it's stock. All right, well, that's all my cars. Let's check this thing out. No engine swap. Yeah, you know what? Let's just be silly and we'll I'll run the stock transmission. Okay, we're gonna get some dirt tires. It says it runs a 15.6. What did those other trucks run? Dude, I got bad short-term memory. I think it was like 14.